Hi everyone. So right now I'm going to do a basic makeup with Grace, my daughter. She's volunteered. So we're going to go over the process of a natural basic look. So the first thing I'm going to start with is whenever anybody does makeup, the first priority should be your skin. And the reason for that is because you need to have good skin to have good makeup. So you want to look after your skin. The thing I recommend is you should put a cream on top of your skin before you get started. So right now, the first step we're going to do is we're going to prime her skin. She's already put the cream on. We're going to use a primer. One of the primers I like is the Laura Mercier Foundation Primer in Radiance. It gives a little bit of a dewy look. Okay, when you're cleansing the skin, you always cleanse in an upward motion to clean the skin. But when you're putting on makeup, you always go downwards, all right? You want to not clog the pores. So your motion will be in a downward method. Okay. So now that it's primed, we're going for a daytime look. So the best way to do that is to do a tinted moisturizer or a CC cream. And if you don't have either of those and you have a foundation, one of the things that you can do is you could add moisturizer to your foundation to make it the same kind of consistency. So Laura Mercier is my favorite type of tinted moisturizer. I find it has buildable coverage, but it does allow for your skin to be able to be seen through the makeup. And that's what it's all about for a natural look. So when you're selecting your foundation or your tinted moisturizer you can go a little darker with because it's blendable and again see-through. But when you are selecting your makeup, you should always look at making sure that it is going to blend in with your neck. You don't want to see a line of demarcation in here, so the differences, so I'm going to blend it out. This is a little bit darker for her right now, but because it is a tinted moisturizer, it's very blendable, so we can blend it in the skin, so it will end up looking natural. In the summer, this would be a good choice for her, but right now it's a little bit darker, but we're going to give her a little bit of a summery daytime look. And again, I'm using my hands for this because I prefer, and I think for me, I see the most blendable with my hands, but for some people, it's going to be using the sponges. And doing like this, okay? Tickles? Yeah. Oh, he's giving some sound effects in the background.
Yeah.
All right, once she has her tinted moisturizer on, we're going to move to concealer. And so for concealer, I'm going to do the under the eyes and around the nose in a triangular shape. So the inside corner of the eye, all the way to the bottom of the nose, to the outside corner of the eye. And for this, we're using NARS in the vanilla. It's a nice creamy consistency. And if there's any blemishes that you see or anything that red marks, that's the time to do that, to touch up. I'll do this. All right, once the concealer is done, I'm going to add one little step before is I'm going to add, for a daytime look, I'm going to use my Chanel Cream Bronzer. This is more for a summery glow. Again, this step can be skipped for regular daytime makeup, but I'm going to give her a little bit of a summery glow here. So I'm going to add a little bit of bronzer, not a lot. And this one I find is a good consistency. So I'm going to go along the cheekbone and go downwards, right where the sun would naturally. Okay, and also when you're doing bronzer, do the sides of the nose. And also the hairline. Now, once that is complete, I want to set everything. So one of the things that I want to start with is going to set the concealer. So I use this product by Laura Mercier. It's a Secret Brightening powder, and it's nice and light. And it's great for under the eyes because you don't want any of that creasing with the dryness. So this brightens the eyes, but you don't have a powdered look because it's very finely granulated. Another place I sometimes put it is on the tips of the nose, the Cupid's bow. And I'm going to finish the look off by setting it with a loose powder, and I'm going to use a Smashbox loose powder. And I'm going to go in circular motions with my Kabuki brush. And on the top, I'm going to go downwards again and on the nose. And again, you want to make sure you don't forget your neck. One area that people can use bronzer for as well is along the jawline to give definition. One thing I'm going to do before I set in any eyeshadow is I'm going to prime her eyes. So she's going to close her eyes. And for the eyes, you can use a bronzer for daytime all over, but for this one, I'm going to use my Tartelette, and I'm just going to combine a couple of colors. And I'm going to blend it out. My dogs. That loud nails. Okay. And so if I were going to go for more of an evening look, or if I want to make this a little bit more dramatic, I'm going to take a darker shades and bring them into the creases here to add a little bit of drama. But for daytime, we just need to give a little color. So I'm only going to use right now a bronzed color all over the eyelid. For inside the eyes, or to make the eyes pop a little bit more, make them look wider apart, you can add a little bit of a highlighter on the inside corners. And highlight your brow bone. Next step is another thing you can do. Of course, this is just an extra step if you don't need to do this for a daytime look, but sometimes people like to take the eyeshadow palette, the eyeshadow that they used, and they're going to go underneath the eyes. So do you want to look up for a minute? And take a little bit. It just gives a little bit of just very subtle. So next step we're going to do is we're going to take care of the eyebrows. And so one of the first things we'll do is, again, it's a natural look. So I'm just going to take my brush and brush up her eyebrows. And next step is I'm going to use, again for natural, I'm going to use a wax base brow gel. And just lightly fill in the areas. Again, it's a very natural look. Rocky wants to be part of this filming, I think.
Yeah.
And you're gonna follow in the way the hair grows. Hi, Rocky. Hey, back there. Okay. You're gonna follow the hair growth. So if it's going, you're gonna go upwards, and then you're gonna go downwards in the corners. Okay. Next step is, again, I'm still working on adding some color. I'm going to add a little bit of color to the apples of her cheek. She likes this color, so we're going to use that color. And she's going to smile, so we just do the apples of cheek. Nice and natural. And next is, do you want to show them how you curl your lashes?
Okay. Like that. This eyelash curler is not the best, but because I have really straight eyelashes, it's really hard to curl them.
Yeah, it did work.
Oh,
Yeah.
it did? Okay.
Want to do the other side?
Yeah.
Okay, once the lashes are curled, you're going to, if you're applying mascara for someone else, the key is to put a little light pressure on the inside corner of the eye to hold it so there's not a lot of movement. And you ask the person that you're working on to look downwards. And you're going to go from root to the tip of the lash. Okay, and I'm gonna let her put it on. I'm gonna stop the video. I'm gonna let her put it on, and then we'll come right back. And now that we have the lashes done, the last step will be the lips. And again, you can just do a little light coat of, lip gloss, or I always like to use a little bit of a lip liner. It just makes this lipstick or the lip gloss stay on a little bit better, and it gives an outline to the lips. But for a lip liner, I don't just line the outside of the lips. I'll fill in the inside as well. So we're gonna start here. For lip liner, you should follow the natural lip line, so you get a little bit of definition. I probably could sharpen this a bit. It's pretty dull, like, okay. Yeah, you want it nice and sharp, but we'll work with this. Start by lining. And then I'm gonna go inside the lip. Just so that you get a little bit of evenness if you go inside. A lot of times you'll see people when they go for more dramatic looks, they go on the outside of the lip line to make them look fuller. And last little piece is we're gonna use this Kylie lip gloss, little light muted pink. And I'll let you blend. And ta-da, the final look.